What were your career aspirations growing up?
I mean, it's interesting. I always wanted to play rugby for the Springboks.
Okay.
We grew up. My father was a keen rugby player, and growing up on a farm, I always wanted to play rugby and played cricket. Tennis was like my third sport. I used to, do everything at school, and like a week before the holidays, I'll pick up my tennis racket, practice, and during every holiday I would play tournaments. And after the holidays, pack away the rackets, and play again. And then where things changed for me was when, at the age of 12, I played an international tournament in America, in Port Washington.
Okay.
And I became the first South African to win that tournament. And on the trophy, my name was with Connors, McEnroe, Edberg, all the big names. And then for the first time, I thought to myself, well, maybe I need to be more serious about this sport. And, that's where I got into becoming more serious about tennis, and, had the dream of, maybe playing professional tennis one day. Starting off with the project, when I was playing on the tour, I used to come back and do tennis clinics, the 6-7 weeks of the year that I was back home. I would go around the country and try and help kids, because I was fortunate when I was growing up. My parents had the funds to send me around and give me opportunities, and I realized there's a lot of kids that don't have that opportunity, and I wanted to do it. But then I realized I'd do these clinics and nothing happens until a year later when I showed up. So I wanted to try and change things, and try to focus on something that was already happening. So I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. So that's when I got involved with Akani. I went to Akani, really saw what they were doing there, with all the kids that they feed in the afternoon, the sport that we try to do, and I thought that this could be really something that I wanted to get involved in. One of my wife's best friends is a teacher at Muriel Brunt, the school for kids with physical and learning disabilities, and I went to a concert and I was so inspired by these kids. And obviously, because I also have a disability, I really thought that we have to get these kids involved. And it's tough to raise money for these foundations, and I think that's where corporate South Africa needs to get involved, because we need to spend money, we need to develop the kids. Tennis is your best first sport for any kid to play. It doesn't matter what sport you want to do. It develops so many skills, and that's the goal for me, to get tennis into schools more as a development, a skills development program than a tennis program. And for corporate South Africa, it's great, and it's key to be involved, because they need to be seen that they're helping the community, and helping the previously disadvantaged kids, and also at the same time helping talented kids that want to achieve at the highest level. We have 3 legs to the foundation. I mean, obviously we have Akani. That is a program that's run by the Bryanston Methodist Church. Muriel Brunt is a school for kids with learning and physical disabilities. They've got a whole school that's run properly. And then we have the Tennis Academy. What we do for Muriel Brunt and for Akani is basically we help raise funds for them, and we help to get the right people involved with the school. So it's not something that the academy physically runs. The tennis areas where the academy comes in, that we physically run the academy. So what we do with the academy is basically, we have kids on scholarships. That's part of the foundation, and then we have paying clients that will come, and then we have a development program that we run. The development program is in Botawil, where we have 7-8 schools involved. We've got coaches there that help the kids, train and develop. And then in our academy here that we have in Pretoria, we basically help the kids from the age of 5 right through to our top kids. So there's a pathway for these kids that want to play tennis from the beginning to the end, and that's very important for us. And we've got a great setup in midstream where we help with our base, and from there we go out and help in the communities.
How have you involved the communities in which you serve? Have you had positive interest from adults in these communities?
Yeah, I think I've got a lot of friends of mine that helps me to raise money, because obviously raising money is the biggest challenge. Everybody's got their little thing that they want to do, but I've got a lot of great friends that helps me. I've got some of the schools that I've been involved with, to help us to donate stuff to Akani and to Muriel Brunt. I mean, Akani is the property is owned by the Bryanston Methodist Church, and we feed 750 kids every day. They've got a great afternoon program that they run there. The kids come from 12 different schools in the Akani area, It's for kids between the age of 4 and 16. Some of the kids, it's the only meal that they get on a daily basis. They basically shows up, and then for like an hour they pray and worship. They get their food, they eat, and then they get divided into different classes. And there's afternoon schooling for them. And then in the afternoon, late afternoon, they go outside, they play. We've got some tennis there and soccer, and so it's a great project. And on the weekends, they try and get the parents involved. They get more people from the church that come in and help. So that whole community is involved in trying to build it up, because they've realized and seen how important it is for the kids to have a safe haven where they can go to in the afternoon, and where they can learn stuff. What we're trying to do with the foundation is that obviously with tennis is we've lost the South African Open. The Soweto Open is back now, so there's no big events. What we want to do with the foundation is we want to try to create some events. I want to have, at the end of the year, we're trying to start having an annual event. I want to try and get some of my international friends, tennis friends, to come to South Africa and help us with the foundation and help raise money. I think one of my dreams would be to really, if we can, start a facility in South Africa where we can cater for the top kids in South Africa and in Africa. A lot of these international stars, they want to do stuff for Africa, and I think South Africa is a great place where we can do something like that. So get more people involved, and because tennis is such a great sport where they develop skills, I really think that the government should invest more money into tennis.
Okay.
Because of that fact that we will have more skilled people. So it's not because we want to have more top international tennis players. You will have more skilled players, because if you develop 13 skills, and that's what this program does, you can develop 13 different skills compared to with soccer or rugby, where you maybe develop 4 or 5 skills. Just imagine 2 rugby players, same age, same skills. One does a program for 6 years where he's developing 13 skills, and the other one is developing 4 skills. In 6 years' time, who's going to be the better rugby player?
Yeah.
The one with more skills. So we identify in these programs, we identify these kids that's going to be, we see, you're going to be a good rugby player or a good soccer player, or can be good at netball or hockey. So, so we push these kids into so we tell the teachers, listen, we think this kid can be very good in hockey. So we basically, with this program, you can identify all the different sportsmen and sportswomen who can be good with it. So if we can get this into more schools and there's more funding for it, firstly what we'll do is, what I want to do is we want to get this tennis into more black schools, because it's also going to help to create more jobs, to develop more coaches that can go into these schools, that can teach the kids, and then maybe start their own business. And from there they can build on. And if we have a center where the kids can come to, all the kids that's really accelerate in it, because not everybody wants to be a professional sportsman.
Yeah.
But we need to create a system where you can give them the opportunity to introduce the sport to them, and then if there's somebody that's good, then there must be a pathway for these kids to excel and become better.